This is Jerry Jones from yesterday talking about he is the one who makes the final decisions on everything.
Yeah.
Since day one, we have made decisions on a contributed basis from key people, whether it be Jimmy Johnson when we first got here, whether we included Troy Aikman in the decision or not. But ultimately, that's called input, and then ultimately somebody has to break ties if somebody disagrees or somebody has to do it. That's my job.
Ultimately, it is called input, and he's got an open door policy. But I just love all right. Let's get Troy Aikman's recent take on it, and then we'll discuss it all. This was Troy yesterday locally in Dallas as well.
Yeah.
I doubt it. I mean, I think that's a real long shot. I believe that it's unlikely that Jerry will ever bring somebody in that can help this football team in that regard, just because he's been real stubborn and steadfast in that he's the one in charge. And I think in a lot of ways, until that changes, this team's going to have some problems.
You know what? Again, we're all looking at it the wrong way. He's not stubborn. He's not obstinate. His point is he receives input. Okay? I'm not stubborn. I listened to Jimmy before I got him out. I listened to Troy. But ultimately, that's called input, and I make the final decisions. And the point that Troy and everybody else is making is that he's the only owner who's making the final decisions, unless Mike Brown does in Cincinnati. You see how well that's been working on personnel, on who gets to put a helmet on, and how much playing time said person is expected to receive. That's normally the general manager's job, to shop for the groceries and provide the coach with input from the coach, or the coach is the general manager as well. Like it is in New England and the other Bill in Houston.
That's right.
Or for a brief bit, Adam Gase with the Jets before they started playing. So the unique situation is it's the owner, and we're all looking at it as he's stubborn. He just won't give up this duty, this dual role. I'll repeat it again. It's not stubborn. It's the only way he wants to do it. I'm wondering if they passed a rule in the NFL. This is the way to ask the question. If they passed a rule in the NFL that owners, principal owners of the team, could not have a role in personnel, that for whatever reason they decided that this created a competition problem that needed to be fixed by passing a hard and fast rule that obviously couldn't be policed, but you as an owner may not have any say in personnel. You cannot have the dual role of owner and general manager. Would Jerry Jones sell the team?
Sell the team?
That's the question. Because there's no other way he wants to do it. In the same way, if you are playing, I keep coming back to this, and I'll keep pounding this because it keeps getting louder and louder, and it will get louder and louder, this conversation, after the Cowboys lose to the Rams this Sunday. As I'm still pounding that drum. I mean, it would take something very significant to knock me off that belief between now and Sunday. If you out there, you play fantasy football, the reason why you play fantasy football is it allows you to be a de facto general manager. You can show off how much you know about football to the person in the next stall, cubicle, your friend, the person you play poker with, your college buddy,
right?
All of that. And you also get to have a little extra oomph on watching your games.
Sure.
And you, however, when you win, you're not the luckiest person in the league, even though you are.
100%.
You're the smartest. You know the most football. Look at my trophy I have here that I made the last place person present to me naked on the street.
Got a tattoo of.
Right. So if we told you you can't choose the players. You can't pick anybody up on the waiver wire. You just have to own it. You just have to choose somebody to do that. Would you play fantasy football?
No.
That's the way Jerry Jones views owning the Cowboys. It's not going to change. It won't. And the question is, would Stephen Jones change once he does get the reins of this team? These are the questions.
But are you of the belief that Stephen Jones is kind of running things right now?
Maybe with his dad and together. And they'd love that too, father, son.
Yeah.
I mean, you're basically asking Jerry to break up a father-son relationship that they both probably cherish.
Right.
For the sake of wins and losses.
For the actual success of the team.
This is what's happening, I believe. Right. We're asking the wrong questions, and we are barking up the very wrong tree.
How are they 6-7?
I don't know. Well, and that's why the coach is going to eat it.
Jeez.
Not the GM.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download The Rich Eisen Show app.